during the time that he is crying for his nation Israel. Lamentations chapter 3 verse 24 says, Father Yahweh is my portion. Hallelujah. So why you are running yourself to go out of the world? Why you are not contented with what Father Yah gave you and still you can do His will? Hallelujah. He is your portion. That's right. Then if that is the case, Psalm 23 verse 1 said, Father Yahweh is my shepherd, and I shall not want. You will have no lacking. He will give it to you. Because our rabbi said, if you, humans being wicked, knows to give good things to his children, how much more your Father in heaven? And yet, time and time again, we ask ourselves where our treasure is. Where our treasure is. Now here's another story. King Amaziah or Amaziah in 2 Chronicles chapter 25. 2 Chronicles chapter 25 is what it's saying. Now King Amaziah in this time is serving Father Yah. But unfortunately, take a look at what it was written in 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 2. Would you mind reading it, Brother Shantan?
And he did that which was right in the eyes of Almighty Yah.
Hold up. What he did?
That was right.
What is right? So he is a good servant. Unfortunately, what is the last words?
But not with a perfect heart.
Wow. But not. So, it means we can serve Father Yah with a reservation in our heart. That is why it is written in Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 5, and it was repeated in Matthew 22 verse 37. It says, love Father Yah with all your heart. He did not say, son, you can love me 99.9 and that 0.1 can be to your family. He did not say that. It says, all your beings. All of it. So by the look into it, Amaziah was found wanting. Because even at the fact that he served Father Yah, and since his heart is not perfect, go down to verse 14, Brother Shandon, and then 15.
Now it came to pass after Amaziah had come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the Elohim of the children of Seir, and set them up to be his Elohim, and bowed down himself before them, and burned incense to them. Therefore the anger of Almighty Yah was kindled against Amaziah. He said to him, sought after the Elohim of the people, which have not delivered them out of your hand.
Amaziah was given the victory against his enemies, right? But right after that, instead of praising Father Yah, thanking Father Yah, you know what he did? He was influenced by the nation, the same nation that he conquered. Because he took those images, that those nations that he conquered, considered them as their Elohim, and set them aside as his Elohim. Which means that when we come to this world and we are sojourning in this world, there will be a time that the world will influence us, and we are going to choose if we are going to go with the flow of this world, or we are going to still make ourselves set apart for the word of Father Yahweh. There's a question again, which asked me the other day. He said, Pastor Roland, I'm not working during Saturdays. But then there's a directive from my boss. She said, and she's asking me to work during Shabbat. What do I do? You know, sometimes this kind of question, why you need to ask this question? Why? Because you want to put the burden on the person you're going to ask and give you the answer? Or you just want, you know,
to lighten your burden.
to lighten your burden. And I told him, the rabbi said, and I told her the story, why she need to tell her boss that you cannot work during the Shabbat because you are a Sabbath keeper and it is against your faith to work during the Shabbat because you are transgressing his laws. Instead of you being influenced by the world, it should be you influencing the world. Let your parents know, let your bosses know that you cannot work during the Shabbat. And include also the feast that you're going to celebrate during the year. And after that, let Father Yah do the rest. Because if you trust Father Yah, He put you that far. And I believe Father Yah did not put you that close to it, and then He will going to let you back down and then turn around. I never experienced that before. Because all of our brothers and sisters who hold the word of Father Yah, and their heart is with the word of Father Yah, Father Yah will find you and give you away. To get your desire, and yet you do His will. With joy and gladness in your heart. In Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5, you don't give your trust to anybody, especially to your friends who don't even know if they understand and know Father Yah. Not to your bosses who don't even know if they believe on Father Yah. But it says in Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5, trust in the Almighty Father Yah with all your heart, with all your understanding, with all your mind. Irregardless of what you acquire in this world, always trust in Him. And lean not unto your own understanding. The reason being is sometimes we are trying to reason out our way out from the word of Father Yah. As if we are making excuse to ourselves because we think we so much smart. I did that before, I told you before. Way back then, when my boss asked me to work during the Shabbat, I said, I can tell Father Yah that I can give Father Yah more than 10% of that money because what? I'm doing service for my students. Is that right? You see, we are trying to circumvent the word of Father Yah to fit into our needs on that particular moment. And we thought we are so smart that we can do it. But to tell you honestly, did you know that it is abomination to Father Yah even to think that you're going to give your tithes on the day that you work? Because it is abomination to him already, and yet you're going to offer that abomination to him? I did those during those times that I was so ignorant. And I thank Father Yah because now I get rid of it. I don't want you to feel the same feeling that what I did is abomination, and then I even have the guts to tell Father Yah, I'll give you not only 10% of that money. Praise Father Yah. That my heart is trying to discern what you want me to do. Because if that is the case, take a look at what Isaiah said in Isaiah chapter 6 verse 10. This is what Isaiah said. During their time, and it is just fitting that we can read it today, it might be fitting in our time. Isaiah chapter 6 verse 10 is what it is. Make the heart of these people, these stiff-necked, hard-headed people, make the heart of these people fat, and make their ears heavy. Shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Now, since you decided to circumvent my laws, since you decided to pick and choose what is right in your own eyes, Isaiah said, Father Yah, make just the heart of these people fat. Make their eyes so shut that even though they see it, they have no understanding of it. That's why it says, the Spirit of Father Yah will not strive to us forever. But if you hear this word, you're still okay. The Spirit's still striving in you because you still hear this word. That's why Saul said, do not grieve the Spirit of Father Yah. You don't. You don't say, Father Yah, just stay still there, okay? I can do it. And then on the days that you need, say, Father Yah, help me. You cannot do that. Let our words and deeds be subject to Father Yah always. That's why in James chapter 4, verse 7, I believe so, it says, what's that chapter 4 verse 7 said? Subject yourself. Some days, every day. Subject yourself. Be governed with the word of Father Yah. Be guided by His Spirit. And you can say to the devil, flee from the devil and don't come back. Hallelujah. And he will flee from you. And I know with fear and trembling, because that's what they feel when our rabbi spoke something to them. Now, if the devil trembled and feared our rabbi during his time, how callous we are, human beings, that we don't even blink nor flinch when we transgress Father Yahweh's law and commandments. In Matthew, chapter 6, verse 21, Brother Shandon, would you?
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Where your treasure is, whatever you put first, whatever you put first in this world, that's where our heart is. If we put our jobs first, that's where it is. If we put our career first, that's how we are. Our friends. Did you know, especially you, daughters, sons, that you are growing up? You don't mimic your own selves as you're trying to make your own individuality. No, you're not. You are mimicking what you think is what is in with the world. You want to be accepted by your peers. Sometimes you forget that your peers do not fear Father